Never fails. We're ready to talk turkey. David Robertson from Dirty Apron joining us once again. The setup is laid out for us. Dirty Apron, the cookbook. We're going to chat about this and the great things this book has done in terms of the proceeds in a second. But first, we want to get the turkey set for the weekend. You're saying the brine. This is where we need to go.
Yeah, so brining turkey, it's going to make it a little more moist. There's different recipes and solutions. We throw a bit of spice in there, garlic, bay leaf. Basically, you take salt, very little salt, heat up with water, but then you cool that liquid down. And once that liquid's cool, you submerge your turkey into it. We brine that for 24 hours.
And what type of salt are we using?
Kosher. Kosher is good. Yep.
So we get that part down?
A little tip for people cooking turkey at home is to cut down the cooking time is I get the legs deboned, fully deboned, and the breast meat separate. So I cook them separate, because leg meat and breast meat often cooked separately and differently, right? So this is a leg, totally deboned, Riaz. We've put lemon zest on it, little smoked paprika, salt, pepper, olive oil. I make my stuffing a day ahead, whatever people want to make. This one has chestnuts, apples. This whole recipe's in the cookbook, but basically you make it like a roulade. So both are cold. You don't want to have hot stuffing on the turkey. This is a deboned leg. If people don't know how to debone the leg, a butcher, your friendly neighborhood butcher will love to do this for you. And look at this, you just roll it up, and we would call it, this is called a rouladen. So then, totally deboned, boneless, that gets rolled up. Look at that, like a big sort of burrito. And that would then get roasted in the oven at about 400 degrees. It seals itself, then you take the tin foil off, and you finish it like these legs to get the skin nice and crispy.
Now, what are we talking in terms of time difference and time savings by doing it this way versus the traditional
So
turkey?
this started off about a 12, 13-pound turkey. That there took about an hour and a half to an hour and 40 minutes to be cooked.
Okay. These
ones here, the legs without the bone on the inside, 45 minutes to an hour.
Different game altogether.
Unbelievable, right? And now you're dealing with both parts of it, okay? And so basically what I can do now is, you know, decide what you want to serve your turkey with, but I want to just show people how easy that becomes, right? You get a little of the stuffing in there, you get the meat, you get nice cutlets, you're not shredding it off of the bone.
So this is changing the idea of carving altogether just because the simplicity behind the preparation.
Completely, and then look at that. Look, it's not all just one sort of jigsaw puzzle as turkey can be sometimes. And then people can decide what they want to put out. I've got a big platter here. Away you go. And then you kind of lift up the meat. That can go up on there. A little bit more off to the side here. And then, you know, a good cranberry compote. So what I would do is you can carve the breast and have the breast down one side. Yeah. And then I like to just kind of dollop the cranberries on top. The cranberry recipe is in the book. There's basically orange in here, red wine, a little cinnamon, star anise. And people help themselves. Some potatoes,
and voila,
some green beans. A lot there. When we carve the bird here, just to show people at home, basically take that. I might not have time to do it all, but when you carve the breast, you basically follow it, watch this, right down the side. So you make two cuts, one that way, one on the inside. See, no shredding. And then look at this, Riaz. I just allow my knife to pull that off the bone. And I get this beautiful breast meat. I cooked the turkey to 165 degrees. Took about an hour and 40 minutes, as I was mentioning. Allow it to rest, that's very important. But look at this. Now we just slice it.
Nice
and you get these beautiful slices. So this is all in the cookbook, ready to go. And you could have that going down the other side.
Now I want to hold up this cookbook because you've done great things with the proceeds of this book. Tell us about the trip to Cambodia and how this book has helped.
Yeah, so the book came out a year ago. A couple of buddies of mine really wanted some of the proceeds to go to kids in Cambodia. I've been to Cambodia. I've spent some time there.
Yeah.
We sort of adopted not a neighborhood, but a little village with a bunch of these kids in the northern area of Cambodia, and we decided to give $1 for every book. So it cost us about $3,000 a month to keep 200 kids in school. We supply them with bicycles, uniforms to get to school, after school care and things like that. Unbelievable how far the dollar goes. So Dirty Apron sold just over 12,000 copies of the cookbook. So we'll be writing our first $12,000 check to the Rain Foundation to continue support. We've never marketed it this way. It's just that little hidden kind of gem in beneath the book that people would read at the back. So $1. So coming up this month, we'll write that to the Rain Foundation.
Congrats to you on that. Gonna
Thanks,
dive into this again, the recipe in the book right there. Thanks so much for coming in and making it look so easy.